It's 7 days out for Christmas and you've got no idea what to buy your mate that loves camping, but I've got you covered. If you're a normal subscriber to this channel, this episode is not for you. Don't worry about it, send it to your mates, they'll probably buy you something you need. I'm going to show you 10 things that a camper or four-wheel driver will absolutely love, or at the very least, really need. Number 1, Maxtrax. Now don't skimp, get Tread Pros or mini Maxtrax or even those new budget ones, unless maybe they've got like a little Suzuki Jimny or anything. You want to stick to good quality brand name Maxtrax. There's two good options from them. There's the Mark II and there's the Extreme. Personally, I reckon most people, the Mark II is fine. I'm a pretty heavy off-roader and I've only ever ripped a couple lugs off my Extremes. You can see here, my other one's got 1 or 2 missing, but the Mark IIs are more than adequate for most people. They're about $200 or $300 cheaper. They're where it's at. Number 2, a Jetboil. I bought one for a friend that honestly, she saw mine, she's like, I don't have a use for it. I bought it for her anyway because I know how much she likes her coffee. She uses it every single trip now and has turned around to me and said, I'm so glad you got that for me because having hot water at camp is a game changer. Not having to light the fire in the morning, just being able to boil some water in 30 seconds, game changer, your friend will love it. Number 3 is, wait for it, a Yeti cooler. Now, if your friend drinks beer, which if they go off-road, odds are they do drink beer or cider. Get them a Yeti Colster. It just means your last sip is as good as your first, and when it's 40 degrees out and you're camping, a cold beer is a must. But you don't just need to stop there. There are several other sorts of Yetis. I've got a great example of them. As shown here, you can see my entire range of Yetis. They're pretty gnarly. I love them. Can't go past them. Definitely get a Yeti. Don't skimp on a cheap brand. Get the real deal. One of these is about 40 bucks. Number 4, I'd love to recommend that you go out and get your mate a camp oven or a fridge or something like that. However, a lot of this comes down to personal preference. Unless you know exactly what your mate's after, odds are what you want to do is just get them a BCF voucher or something. I find BCF generally has better range than Anaconda or anything like that, and it still shows that you've thought about them and got them something that they like, they'll have a use for, and it's within their range. Number 5, now this is a weird one, alright? What I will do, I will go out at the start of each summer or every second summer and buy myself 3 or 4 sets of pluggers. Yes, they're just the El Cheapo Havianas, all in the one make, one color, one size. I'll just go out, get 4 pairs. If one breaks, I'll just put the good one in the wardrobe. Another breaks, good one in the wardrobe. Another one breaks, good one in the wardrobe. And my thongs will last several years because I'm not throwing out singles that are perfectly good. Yes, I'm a bit of a tight ass. Number 6, a small 5-watt handheld. Make sure it's 5-watt and generally stick to a reputable brand. I have Unidens that are okay. GMEs are probably a little better. They're locally owned. They've got great support. I can't speak highly of them enough. If you do get a 5-watt handheld for them, if you can, get one with a bright face. They won't lose it. It's incredible. They'll thank you for it if they don't have a handheld UHF. If they've only got one in the car, having a handheld's great because when you're going through a tough obstacle, you can hand that to your passenger and they can spot you through that obstacle. 5-watt handhelds, they could save your life. They're convenient. They're reasonably cheap. I think something like this will cost you about $200 or $300, but they're worth every cent. Number 7. Now, this is more of a cheap Kris Kringle thing, or if you've only got 40 bucks to spend, head to Tent World, BCF or Anaconda, any outdoors camping spot, but get the AeroGuard. Buy them 2 cans of Bushmans Red. See the red lid? It means it's twice as strong as the green. This is the real stuff. This keeps modzies, midgies away, and you can never have too much of this. It is life-saving. Number 8 is a game changer at camp, especially dealing with fires, and if you're fire cooking, it makes all the more difference. get your mate some welding gloves. These are so good because if you're dealing with something hot, you can pick it straight up with these. The amount of hot logs, hot coals, hot camp ovens, Japple irons, everything that I've picked up with welding gloves is insane. Now, all they do, protect you from the heat. You can buy some cheap black ones from Bunnings for about, I think it's $20 to $30. They'll do the job. They will go strong hand after a few years, but they're incredible. An incredible person bought me these fire to fork welding gloves. I'm over the moon about it. They're next level cool. However, on that, I'm gonna actually throw in a second one for this number. And that is, if they're doing this and they're using these welding gloves and they're doing a lot of fire cooking, you might also want to get them a cookbook. I'm not sponsored, none of that rubbish, but this cookbook and this channel have changed my camping life and my cooking abilities. He's got the first one, the second one's come out. He's not a real chef, he's nothing like that. He's just a guy that drinks beer barefoot and cooks on a fire. But he's got some great tips. The value it has added to my outdoor camping experience is immeasurable. Definitely get a cookbook if you're getting fire gloves with it. Number 9, a good quality knife. It doesn't need to be anything amazing, but a good quality filleting knife will change the way you deal with stuff at camp. You can get one of these, or the other day I used an Osprey cleaver. That was next level special. If you want to spend a lot, you can go out and buy the whole Osprey thing for about $500 or $600. It's pretty pricey, but they are good knives. I haven't been able to justify it yet. I've got this and another good knife somewhere in the car, but having a good knife will make a world of difference when you're cooking, when you're doing stuff at camp. They're incredible. Make sure it's something that can be used on food. You don't just want a cut everything knife. You want a good quality knife that you can use on raw and or cooked meat. Incredible. Number 10 is a bit of a weird one, and you're gonna have to do a little bit of research, a bit of poking around for this one. But definitely get your mate a bin bag. He or she doesn't already have one. A bin bag is so useful. I used to think, nah, I don't want a bin bag. I'll just carry my rubbish in plastic bags. No, forget about it. Get a bin bag. It's so much better. It keeps the rubbish out of the car, out of the canopy, on the back. You can get ones that work on dual cab utes. I used to have one that on the tailgate. They're amazing. Now I've just got one that you stick on the spare tire. They're so good. You throw all your rubbish in, you take it out of camp and toss it at home or toss it at the closest bin. Definitely take care of your rubbish, take it out of camp, keep this place clean. Tell your mate, make sure he's doing it as well. Alright, that's a wrap. That's 10 things you can buy for your mate that loves camping and four-wheel driving. I hope you found this really useful. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or you're not sure, flick us a message and I'd love to help. I love helping people pick that right product for them. There's nothing worse than getting something that's not fit for purpose and having to replace it later. Cheers, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, send it to your mate if you think they'll like it. See you on the next one.